Let's do it, everyone. Turn the music down a little. Some background tunes while we do some charting tonight. Oh, what a weekend. Who's ready for stimulus? I had a great weekend. I relaxed. I didn't work. Spent time with my family. It was very nice. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I don't want to do a projection until we break this downtrend. I would say a bounce at the 3814 would be likely, though, if we don't bounce here. Probably don't need these lines anymore. What about a crap show? This kangaroo game's gotta stop, right? No, I got copyright free music, so I won't get yanked anymore. Glad you guys liked the newsletter. How did everyone else weekend go? Did you guys have a good weekend? Just relax, don't stress. Maybe you're stressing if you held puts over the weekend. I don't know, like. That's not what we want. Although futures don't look too great right now. I'd rather them not look great though than just fly to the moon. This way it gives us some room to breathe and we can get in before they take off. You got the Rona. Wow, what a great weekend. What's up, everyone? Well, hopefully you don't die from the Rona. That would be awful. Hopefully it makes you stronger. Isn't that the saying? What doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. So I did not hold anything over the weekend, by the way, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be bullish or bearish. You know, I really had no idea. I'm still not positive. I know in the newsletter I wrote some bullish plays because it's just easier to write bullish. In the long run, it should go up, but yeah. Thank you, Taylor. That's not Katy. Is that Katy Perry? I thought that was what's her face from The Voice, won American Idol. I don't know. Let me turn the music down just a little bit more. Just want like just like a little light sprinkling in the background. Kelly Clarkson, isn't that Kelly Clarkson? Thank you. Bull Trainer, I got NQ1 on the bottom here. You're blind as a bat. We're dual screening this shit. Stuff. We're dual screening this stuff. Alright, let's see here. Let's go side by side, actually. Alright. So I can't really do it on. I'll wait for some more people to come. People have been asking me how to use volume um, to help determine whether a move is valid or not. I mean, the general rule is if you have increasing volume with a move, it's generally a confirmed move. But I'll go into some examples. It's hard to do it on futures because volume after hours is so much lower than during hours. So it's like, I don't. You can still use it, but it's not as effective on futures, in my opinion. Oh, I got my port wine, by the way. And I got an 18-year-old single malt scotch here. I am set for tonight. I am ready. I am ready. Got my 20-year-old aged tawny port. Whoo, man. I am so set. I still got my port wine finished Basil Hayden's dark rye as well. I don't know about you. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. I'm not going to get lit tonight. I still got to do stuff tomorrow. But, I mean, it's okay to have, a drink or six. So, let's see how the fibs ride out. I mean, you can see there's consolidation on these fibs. This was a bear flag, unfortunately. I was thinking this might have turned into a bull flag, but, hey, thanks, Kool-Aid King. I appreciate that. So Avery uses EMAs a ton. They're like his bread and butter. I know Rambo actually uses EMAs a lot too. Rambo's like bread and butter is he uses EMAs combined with flow. And as you can see, I don't ever really chart with them because I have different theories on them, but the idea is EMAs can act as support, crossovers can act as, golden crosses, death crosses. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Death crosses can act as catalysts for major moves on stocks. And while, useful, I actually have, if you put Fortuna on here, the public one, you can actually see, ooh, that's a nice little buy signal. You can actually turn on EMAs. So those look like this. So I call these EMA waves. Oil I am super bullish on. How is oil doing, by the way? Let's see here. Thank you, Swank. Appreciate it. Let's see. Is it on here? Commodities. Here we go. Oil is up to 67.50. Oh, oil's gonna gap up again. Oh, I hope you swung some CLR. CLR is gonna be. I hold a ton of CLR shares. That thing is being short squeezed and it's not gonna stop. Oh, oil's gonna be so good tomorrow. That thing's gonna moon. Yeah. Yeah, so these are EMAs, and you can see each one increases by 5. So this is the 5, the 10 EMA, the 15, the 20, the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and so on. And each EMA does different things, but generally, the big ones are the 9, the 21, the 50, the 100, the 150, and the 200 are the biggest ones. But generally, they act as support and resistances, and you can see, when they cross over here, you can see major tanking, and inversely, when they cross over, here, they can cause major movements. So, we just got a death cross over here on NASDAQ. and so you saw it majorly tank, and now the EMAs will pull it back up. Think of them as like rubber bands almost. But yeah, this is Fortuna that I got up here. This is something that I helped code. And you can see, you know, the shorts. And sometimes the reason, like, the thing that sucks about this one is, well, it can predict the bottom a lot. It can get tricked out on some of these really bad drops, and so it can catch the bottoms really well. But sometimes it gets tricked out on these major drops, and that was what the Super Fortuna was supposed to fix. So I think it still gets caught every now and then, which is why it's still in beta testing, and we haven't moved forward with it as a product yet. But it's still been very good, and it catches very good moves. I just think we need to combine it still with other forms of TA while we're working on that. Yeah, oil is looking really good. So, yeah, futures look interesting. Not going the way we want them to go off the bat, but a little breathing room is fine. I would like a bounce at 381, and then I would say we're full on bullish. But you know, oil, natural gas, all up. Silver, gold up. Copper down. Copper's been running so hard, so copper needs a breather. Soybeans. Ooh, look at soybeans. I know we all trade soybeans here, right? So the Dow is still up slightly. Tech is down a ton. Small caps, IWM, really flat. SPY, I would say, is down a little. I wouldn't worry about it. It's down $1. VIX is a little green. Rest of the world, I mean, it's still early in the night. We still need China and Europe to come out, so that'll really determine. That can change everything. So yeah, Devon looks really good. I mean, there's so many good oil stocks out there. If you want to take care of all of them, XLE is your huge oil stocks, your mega caps, and then XOP is your smaller cap oil stocks. But XOP can actually run harder than XLE. And let's put those side by side here. I think it's sometimes fun to compare them. And they're going to look very... Oh, let's turn off extended here. And let's hide Fortuna here for a second. Let's just... So you can see here, you know, we called out the lottery here at 50, and this ran to 53. And inversely, we called the lotto out at 85, and this ran up to 90. So these had some really good lottery plays if you played those. And they're going to be looking really good tomorrow as well. Let's throw these up on the 1 hour side by side. Oh man, XLE is just filling a gap. So XLE is definitely going to 53.50 for sure. And if it can get over the hump here, which it's looking more and more likely. I mean, a lot of these stocks aren't running necessarily on fundamentals, while oil is doing really good. You got to also remember, the only reason it's up is because production is down. So it's, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But because these were shorted so heavily last year, they're running because they have the fuel of the short squeezes happening. I mean, lottos are high probability plays. The thing that get people most often with the lottos is, you know, the lotto is technically a short-term option. Honestly, if you played the lottos with month-out options, you probably make money almost every time. But the idea of a lottery is a small cost, high probability of making profit with a good return. So that's the idea behind it. And people just love gambling. So if they can do it with an edge, that's a win-win in my opinion. So you can see here, side by side, XLE is the major ones, and XOP is the minor oil and gas exploration. And so you can see here, this is run from 37 to 90. Well, this is run from 26 to 50. So this is run way harder and will continue to run hard, in my opinion. And so I think it's just getting started. I think this is easily going to go to 100 and test this high here. And I could see XLE at least getting to 60, at least 55 to 60. XLE I'm not as hopeful for, because excuse me, a lot of these are mega caps and they don't move as hard, while a lot of the XOP are undervalued, overshorted, and these can run a lot harder because they're going to get squeezed. So that's why I'm more of an XOP bull than I am an XLE. But because of the implied volatility, XLE could actually return more because the options cost a lot less. So make sure you pay attention to that when you're looking at these. You need to pay attention to what the option costs and premium costs are, because if a 55 call on this costs 10 cents and a 100 call on this costs $1, your expected return could actually be triple to quadruple on XOP over XOP, even though XOP will run $10 and this will only run $3. You could technically make more money on XLE than XOP because of implied volatility. So I was getting asked the other day about, a lot lately, how do you use volume? I like to turn on the moving averages here as well, so that'll help you follow the volume trends. So big thing to notice on XLE and XOP in particular is these bullish moves are matched with high volume. See these high volume moves here? That means this is going to go up most likely more because this is a validated move. So a lot of times when you have these low volume sell-offs, you can be like, alright, well, I'm going to buy this dip because this sell-off is on low volume. That means we're most likely going back up and this sell-off is not validated. The other thing is the amount of bullish call flow in both of these has been extremely high, especially compared to average call flow. We've been getting level 3s and 4 call alerts left and right on these two. And that was one of the things that first brought them to my attention. It was the options flow on them was just insane. So looking for a break over 90.50 on XLP. So this is an $8 move we can capture here. Basically looking for break over 90.50, and then we get to 98. And then on XLE, I'd like to see a break over 53.57, and then we can run to a 55.50. And let me put this in perspective to you. Let me pull up my let's see here. So let me put the implied volatility perspective. So a 55 call. So if we were going to try to capture both these moves, we're thinking a 55 call on XLE. That would cost 42 cents a piece, or $42 a contract. If we're looking for the same move for 98, those are our targets on XOP. For the exact, this is just a weekly expiration. Looks like 98 isn't, we'd probably have to go with like a 97. For some reason it's not showing me that. But let's say you wanted to get a 95 on XLP. So a $5 move compared to a $2 move. A $5 move on XOP would be 83 cents. So double what a $2 move on XLE would be, even though it's 2.5 times the move on XOP is double what the move on XLE would be. So that's what I'm talking about. While you're expecting a bigger move on XOP, the return could theoretically be better on XLE if the move on XLE outperforms the move on XOP to the percentage on that. So I personally own CLR. I love CLR. This thing is heavily shorted and is fully being short squeezed right now, and I think this thing could easily see 40 to 50. I believe, let me just hold on one second. Float CLR. So I'm just looking up the float on CLR real quick, which is the short percentage. 24% still, with a short ratio about 5. Now I believe that's probably gone down since this has been updated, but there is quite a bit of shares shorted, so I think this could easily see a 20 to 30% move to 40 to 50. And this thing has already gone, obviously, from $11 to 31. So very nice to hold shares in. That's what I have, and it does have a gap up to 33. So I do think a lot of the move has already happened from the 26 to 31 move, but definitely I think something we could still make money on. Yeah, Matador, I mean, there's so many good energy stocks out there right now that you could make money on. So really excited for that. Is it? Let's go to a single view. We'll I found this, by the way. This is really cool. It's called Koifin. It's free. Everything on it is free. They do these sector things that you can watch, or sector overviews. You can see all the U.S. industries. You can see broad markets. And you can customize this. You can see all the U.S. sector here, and then they put them next to each other too, so you can see the performances. So you can see them on the daily, how they perform next to each other. This is really cool. I'm going to probably start utilizing this more and more. Taylor showed me this, actually, and I'm really excited to start using this day trading. Alright. I've actually known about Koifin for a while. I've just never really given it time to learn it. I haven't looked at BNGO for a few days, but the chatter on it is good. The chart on it is not good. This is let's wait. This went from 67 cents up to, that's ridiculous. Don't love the chart on it, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, maybe, where's the breakout? Yeah, I wouldn't, I'm not touching this thing. I was trying to do, got my sector watch list here. I think I wanted to see. Did it not save? No, it did. Why isn't... It should be in here too. So KBE, I am pretty excited for KBE. This is all financials are looking real sexy. A lot of these are making giant bull pennants or rising wedges. So Cree, I believe, looks, yeah, this is making a pennant. Been looking at banks in general, and also, is it Schwab? Charles Schwab? Like a lot of these. So, investment firms, financials, and insurance have all looked really good as well. Tattooed Chef. Why can't I? TTCF? Oh, I was looking at it wrong. Yeah, this thing has just been a dumpster fire. I think this company, I wouldn't touch this. This looks awful. It looks like it's going back to 14. I mean, it's got 2 employees and they manufacture food. Come on, give me a break. And it's worth $1.5 billion. I wish I could fucking have a company with 2 people worth $1.5 billion. This thing's a scam. ASO was on my short squeeze list. I had owned ASO for a while, but I didn't like the way it was going on Friday, and I sold it. So this thing has looked really good for a while. I sold it basically right here at 25 because it had a cup here, but the cup formation got invalidated. So I'd like to see it get back up here, ideally above 25. But, you know, I needed it to break above this green line to really have a breakout, and it just didn't. So, above 26.50 and this thing can fly, but until then it just looks like it's going to consolidate and these shorts are going to keep attacking it. Yeah, I wouldn't go after SPACs. Another stock that I do hold that I see you mentioning is PRTS. I do hold this as well. I have shares of this. It filled the gap here, which is amazing. So I bought PRTS. I believe I have an average around $16. So right when at the end of the day here I bought this. It does have earnings tomorrow. So that's exciting. If they turn a profit, this thing is heavily shorted. And I could see this easily going $20 to $25 easily off of this because it got shorted down from 19, so you know more shorts came in. Well, I got tunes playing. Maybe you just can't hear them. Is that a little better? Pump it up. Pump up the jam. Rocket squeeze is happening. If you guys are still in it, you're chasing, in my opinion. Like, you're trying to chase a dream. The dream already happened. Move on, and there's other moves out there. This thing is going to suck you in, and it's going to bleed you dry. You're probably at least 2 weeks out from this thing moving again. I mean, when it broke below the 50 and the 382, when it broke below this zone, it was done. So Joe Biden. So let's take a look through. I mean, ARK got annihilated last week too. So ARK was one of the best shorts in the market. We were all over RK shorting this. You can see my alerts here. I had an alert here, I had an alert here, I had an alert here. I mean, we played this all the way from 126 down to 106. We played a $20 move down as a group. Like, that, major win for everyone. I hope everyone made money on that. That was such an easy short. I mean, all of the ARK funds just got annihilated. Wow, that was a nice rebound though. 132 to 146 in the next gen internet. But, you know, really what happened with these is they just came back to the norm. They rubber band back. So, see, basically they came back to the norm. So, EEM came down and hit our target here of 53. Down from 55, so that was nice. EFA held up really good. I was disappointed in this. I thought this would do better for a short, but the global markets, because EEM is like basically Chinese telecom or Chinese tech, that held up well, and EEM is made up of Taiwan Semiconductor is a huge chunk of it. Baba, Baidu. EFA is basically like the European giants. Held up real well. HGX, the housing sector. Whew, this thing crushed it on Friday. Just murdered it. That's crazy. The Russell. I mean, I wouldn't play anything for earnings. Told you I will release details when my rest of my team has their game plans ready. My game plan's ready, but I'm not ready to... You got 2 weeks before you really need to know, so... We're not starting till after quad witching. The print ETF got annihilated. You know, this is like DM, NNDM. Tech got annihilated. I think Tech's coming down more. I'm scared for Tech. Yeah, I'm not... See, I'm not super bullish. That's why I'm not really putting my money into anything. And honestly, I'm not going to do much until after quad witching. Like, if you know the market's going to be volatile, like... Why... I just, like... I can wait 2 weeks. I don't need to press myself and potentially lose tons of money because these hedge funds are shorting everything. You guys just love Neo. You just won't let it go. Yeah, I can look at Neo. Just love overpriced garbage, I guess. Neo looks terrible. I mean, Neo will probably come back up here, maybe to 40-41, but I still think it's coming down to 29. No, Neo is not gonna moon. Neo mooned already. Neo's coming down in this zone right here. There you go. Well, let me finish this. There's your trash zone target. Between 2260 and 29. Sorry, I mean, I know a lot of people got up in the Neo hype, but this thing is not worth $50 billion. It's just not. It's worth probably 2, if that. I think a fair value could be $5 to $14 in that range. Like, that's a wide range because they're gonna keep sucking cash, and they actually lost more money than the quarter before, so they're going in the wrong direction. I'm sorry, Rasul. Now, it could easily go back up to 100. I don't know, but these are my personal beliefs, and you should invest based on your beliefs, not what I believe. So, keep that in mind. Nope, not looking at that. So, let's look at the dollar index real quick. Man, this thing is mooning. Pretty sure this is live too. Yep. This is not what we want, by the way. Yeah, I've been really slacking on the fundamental videos. I'm really sorry about that. I keep getting distracted. You know, the thing is like, people want me to go live and trade during the hours, and when I do that, I can't make educational videos. So it's a balance between the two. It's like, okay, do I go live and trade? Do I make educational videos? Do I do coding? There's always stuff to do for the company, so yeah, I expect the dollar index to get back up to 93, which is gonna kill gold and silver, unfortunately. I think it'll be temporary though. XLB looks interesting. All these sectors look like they're flagging. XLE is just crazy. XLF looks good. XLI, Jesus, this thing has been volatile. Can't seem to get over though. Tech, on the other hand, does not look good. SCYX. Well, your money printer bear flagged pretty hard there, bro. Is your money printer, do you mean like you've been shorting it or what? Or you think you've been playing calls on it? That don't look good, bro. I mean, it broke its channel. It did come back into it, but I mean, until it gets back in the channel, I wouldn't touch it till it gets back over 860, and I mean, it seems like a weird stock to play in general. It's got some major resistance around 10. You could maybe play it back to 10. Maybe you'll get lucky. So, you guys love trash way too much. Even though, you know, they call it a trash can, not a trash cannot. Why are you guys asking me to look at car lots? I thought I read something on this on Reddit too, but I just maybe if it can get back over. I mean, it's got major resistance at 870. So you guys love these dollar penny stocks. I'm telling you, I'm gonna treat Pelotar just like I do Neo, by the way. I do realize they had news, so I will expect them to be up tomorrow. But Palantir is a $14 to $18 stock, so it did come all the way down to 20, so it did hit my price target. So maybe it can go up now. You know, I was expecting it to come back down to 20. I was right. So I guess it's cool if it goes up now that I've been right. But, you know, it's going to go in waves basically. So you're probably going to see it, you know, do something like this. So you'll see it, you know, go on a bullish wave now that the bearish wave is over. It won't be as big as the last ones. You know, form probably a right shoulder here, and this thing's gonna basically come down, retest it, and then it'll do one of these. So I expect Palantir to do a couple offerings this year. They're gonna keep losing money, and they're gonna keep having to raise money. And it's going to be an endless cycle because I don't expect them ever really to be profitable. I hope they are. I think what they do is cool. I do like their products. I'm in the same industry as them, sort of. So, yeah, Gunner, I actually am crazy bullish on Ethereum. Personally, I own Ethereum. And it's just a buy and hold for me. I just put more money into it and I don't touch it, and it's literally a 10-year hold for me. So I'm not going to touch Ethereum. It's a 10-year hold for me. And then when staking comes out, I'll probably just stake my Ethereum and start doing that. So Palantir is not profitable, bro. They have negative income. They do not make money. Not make money. So, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I haven't done any. I think I have ETH going to 14K in the next 10 years. What is this song? Not feeling it. That's for sure. I'm trying it out, Taylor. I'm not promising nothing on it. That would put us maybe on a wave 5 here this year, potentially doubling this year if this is right. So if this is a wave 4, I would expect this basically to consolidate here for quite a while. That's not right. Hold on. Let me fix that. So basically we're going to have a huge flag form right here, and I expect crypto to be pretty volatile, and then, you know, Might do something like this. And then maybe I can do something after that, but that's pretty much what you're looking for. Alright, so the major question is, and this is probably the greatest question of the night, do I drink my 20-year-old tawny port wine, or do I drink my 18-year-old single malt scotch? That's the real question. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it shouldn't be like a major part of your portfolio, in my opinion, crypto, but it should definitely be part of your portfolio. I really think the more, like, I used to be called the Silver King, and while I'm not fully, every scotch is the winner. All right, let's drink some scotch. Okay, let's hear this. So, why is it saying open managed drawing? Sorry about that. Guess it doesn't like how much I draw on charts. Fisker. What's been going on with this thing? This thing's been going crazy lately. Look at these wild swings. You know, it goes to 22, down to 11, up to 18, down to 8, up to 24, down to 14, up to 32, down to 19. God, people getting whipsawed left and right on Fisker. I wouldn't even touch this the way it thing fucking moves. It's crazy. We need some, you know what we need? I feel like people need to calm down a little bit. Need to... Hold on. There we go. Let's just all relax. Take it down a little. Do some charting. Some great relaxing music. So you got two things going for you on Walmart right here. One, you got basically a trend line break below, and we're sitting at it right now. So you can fall asleep. It did reject on it at the end of the day, so if it can't get over this trend line, it's just starting. This thing's gonna go down, which doesn't make sense. Like, Walmart should probably be a $200 stock, and probably will be eventually, but overall market really drags this thing. I can't trade Walmart. Like, this thing moves so slow when it moves. We'll do a little bit of jazz and then we'll... Probably can't have this music going very often. 6th floor, please. Which floor would you like to go to? Alright, we'll put something else on. Yeah, I'm not a. I love Walmart for like a long term hold, but trying to like day trade and swing trade it. Merck has just been one of the biggest disappointments of my long term holdings. I feel like now is a good time to go into it. I mean, they still pay a 3.5% dividend. That's still really good. But the problem with it is the biotech pharmaceutical industry is just not good under Biden. Like, we think we're going to get a lot of drug reform, and it's going to hurt costs. And unfortunately, it's a hard industry to invest in. Now, it's a very fundamentally good industry to invest in from a valuation standpoints. It did break a downtrend, and it does look like it's retesting it, but we'll see. Yeah, defense and pharmaceuticals have just been getting crushed since Biden came into office. I don't think he will do anything. That's the thing. Oh, I don't know if LMT's done. Here's what I'm seeing on LMT, by the way. Well, we did kind of cross this, so we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing tests 300 by there. Needs to get back over 345, and this thing could fly, though. Could be kind of making... It's got a diamond pattern, though, which is also not good. So you can see, we got a head and shoulders, and so this thing is probably more likely. This is the most probable path for going back to 320. Target, I'm assuming, looks like Walmart, but Target's been more bullet. Ooh. Target threw up. So here's the problem that I'm running into. Like, I really do think we start the week out bullish, but I still think I'm bearish overall. I think we see basically like a stimulus, like dead cat bounce, I want to call it. But these sell-offs are very indicative of an impulsive bearish move. Like, you don't see stuff like in the market sell off like we did and then all of a sudden rebound instantly. Like, it's usually the sign of things to come. Yeah, I'll do a couple more here. So I'm going to go through. I mean, Corsair broke my chart. It did bounce, I guess, at support here. It just doesn't look super great. See, this is the thing, like, everyone's getting sucked into these hype stocks, and now the Great Reckoning is happening, and everyone's just getting crushed. It's one of the greatest plays that the big institutions did, is they hyped everyone into these growth stocks, and they pulled the plug, and now everyone's thinking these stocks that aren't fundamentally valued are worth something. They're not. Like, that's why NEO went through such a correction. That's why all of these, like the ARK funds here, these are what I call like the wannabe hype funds. So like, if you want to see what stocks that don't have value look like, this is what happens when people take profits on stocks that don't make money. The ARK. Look at all of the ARK funds. Just crushed. All of them. Crushed. And this is people's probably bank accounts that are investing in NEO and Palantir and all these stocks that don't make money. Crushed. And that's why, like, when I talk about long-term portfolios, I talk about fundamentals, and invest in companies that make money and are fundamentally viable. Now, it's okay to have a portion of your portfolio in stocks that have high growth potential, but if you're putting all your money in these, this is why people get crushed in the market, because they invest on hopes and dreams instead of reality. Oh yeah, you can definitely day trade these stocks, but trying to long-term invest in a stock that doesn't have fundamentals that back it up, when you're investing in stocks that have PE ratios of 500, 900, 1,000, like the only reason, like, you know, and I'll say, like, I got sucked into it on Tesla, but the Tesla thing, like, I was just going off of Elliott wave theory. So, you know, you had your 1, your 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's why we're done, is because I thought Tesla was going to go basically from, you know, it hit the high probability zone in here, but I was thinking it would make an extension up to the 1618 just because of the way Tesla's been going. But I think Tesla's at this point going to go to 615, probably get rejected, and then come down to 511, and then down to 460. I think it's just getting started. I think it's just getting started. So, yeah, basically when Tesla broke 800, it invalidated my wave count, and at that point it was done, and now it went full. That means this was the final 5, basically right here, and now it's doing the correction wave. So things you want to look at fundamentally wise, I'll just use a TradingView's fundamentals, but you basically want to look at your PE ratios, your EBITDA ratios. So like an EBITDA around 10 is good. Around 182, not good. Price to book, you want that 1 to 3. Let's see here. PE ratios, price to earnings 1.1k is you want that more around 30. So not good there either. This thing, I did a full report. Like, if you're a newsletter subscriber, you can go read the very, very first investing newsletter I ever wrote. I told you fair value on Tesla is probably $40 to $80 a share, like, based on their industry. Now, based on a growth hype tech stock, maybe 160, and then based on the world hype on it, I think my high end on it was around 400, but I think 270 to 400 is probably what you could get to if you really believe the long-term target is there. Yeah, I really think the 170 to 200 is probably a more realistic evaluation. But yeah, down here in this area is really, like, do not be surprised if Tesla gets back down in this area eventually. Like, if they start losing money again and they get the tax credit taken away, this 66 to 195 is really what it should be worth. With 200 to 66. I know it's a very controversial thing to say. I know people made a lot of money on Tesla, but you could also make a lot of money on Tesla going down. Keep that in mind. You guys like Dairy Queen, huh? I think DQ got squeezed. DQ had a very high short interest, and basically when DQ broke this uptrend here, you should have abandoned it. So this uptrend right here, your stop loss should have been around 100, 103, and now it's going through a correction. So If we think it's an ABC correction, then we think DQ is probably going back to 60. We're going to get a lot of discounts here. Don't worry about it. Like, get your cash ready. Get your war chest ready. Get your $1,000 account ready. After the reckoning on the 19th, we're going to be ready to buy this dip, and we're going to make a fuck ton of money this year. Yeah, we don't have any. The only promotions we have going on right now is 20% off the annual with code annual. So, we ran a promotion for the launch of everything, but we currently don't have any promotions going on right now. Yeah, I see a little bit of a head and shoulders going on too, so. Yeah, if you believe in Tesla's future, go for it. The only thing that Tesla... See, the more I look at Tesla's future, the more I'm not convinced of it. They have a couple things going on. If they can develop their battery technology, there's a lot going on there. If they can the battery technology and the auto driving technology is where their bread and butter growth will come from. But if they never accomplish it, then you're investing in dreams, basically. What is this song? So the 19th is quad witching. So it's when quarterly, weekly, monthly, and futures contracts all expire on the same day. Basically meaning a ton of premium and options will expire off and fall off the books that day. So because we have been extremely bullish this year, that means people have been buying just tons and tons and tons of call options. And so all these big institutions want to drive down the prices, so all those call options expire out of the money, and they just get all that premium for free. And then after that passes, they don't care anymore, and they can let the stocks go back up, basically. So, alright, I'll do a couple requests here, but then I kind of want to take off and relax the rest of the night. I'll do five requests based on let's see here. We'll do 5 requests. All right. So Spotify had this nice cup and handle, basically. So you can see this cup handle breakout, and then the whole market's taking it down. Let's see here. Be honest with you, like, nothing I'm looking at really. Nothing convinces me that we're done correcting yet. I'm just everything I'm looking at, like. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's my favorites? There we go. So like you're basically seeing stuff like this happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of have some wish-washy this week, and then next week we drop. So basically what you're looking for, something like, oops, god damn it. So you're gonna see basically a bear flag, something like that. Look at the mods doing work. Yeah, I think the kangaroo market's not done yet. Like I said, there's a reason why I chose everything to start after that. Myrna's getting just eaten up alive. The problem with Myrna is they were hoping their vaccine would corner the market, but J&J basically destroyed Myrna. And so Myrna's going to come back down to 60, I think. I think Myrna in this range would be somewhat viable. I just don't... It's a risky proposition. I like the idea of their technology, but they don't manufacture any of their stuff. Yeah, I think they just made a deal with Takeda, but I don't know. We'll see. I just think it's a lot of risk. Did Palantir, did Neo, did your other trash stocks. You want me to do NNDM? Holy cow, this thing's down to 7? God, there's too many stocks. Holy cow. Wow. I mean, this thing could come down to 5, in my opinion. I think if it gets back over 8 and breaks this green line, yeah, then you got something. But man, it's just so hard to invest in a lot of these hype stocks that we had. I think D-King's done. I think D-King's going to go through a correction here. I mean, if D-King falls under 54, I'd short it down to probably 30. They're going to do an offering soon. They don't make money. And they don't really have much going on right now. No one's betting on baseball. Basketball, football's done. Like, D-King, well, more and more stuff is allowing them, but it's just, there's a lot of competition too now. I mean, if it can get back over 60, you might have something. Over 60 and a quarter. Really, over 63 is where you really want to go in. But it's not something I would go into right now. Can you guys stop spamming the same ticker over and over? Like, I can read it. Oh, Daddy, I like GM, by the way. I was looking at this the other day. I have GM over 57 going to about 67. I want to show you something on GM too that I've been watching, and I measured this out the other day. So basically, right here, we got what's called an impulse move, starting right here. So you can see, basically, I already did a projection here. Um, GM hit the 618, the 786 here, which is the most probable zone extension here. So you have your wave 1 here, and then this is your wave 4. You know, you have your steep, and now this is your flat. So, oh my god. So you have a coiling pattern here. So basically what you're looking for is a breakout of this coiling pattern over 57, and then you play that to 67. You play a $10 move there. And I do have that automated to the server, so we'll catch that, so don't worry. You guys love these hype stocks. You're gonna get crushed on these. I swear, you're gonna get crushed on these. Look at this. You would have thought that this hype stock would have broken out of this falling wedge, but no, it broke down and crushed you all the way down to 6, and now it rebounded. But you're gonna get crushed on these stocks. I promise you. I did hear good things about Chewy. Chewy long term is good. I mean, I don't think they're going anywhere. I do think they're overvalued right now, and that's why everything's going to correction. Is we're just, but I could see a bounce up to 85, 86 basically. So you know you could see a something. Why is this not? You could see something like this into earnings. And then based on earnings, that's where you'll determine if it breaks below and crushes itself. 'Cause this would technically be a bear flag. So watch the price action here, but I bet you we consolidate into earnings on this. Yeah, GLW was, I don't know if it's done yet, but I think GLW is still good long term. I think we're just a little early on it. But I mean, the cup is still in play, but I'd like to see it get over 40 before we even touch it now at this point. Yeah, so DTC, they did make some changes, didn't they? I don't know exactly what the changes were. So, I don't want to get into those. I actually own GameStop. I own a whopping 3 shares. I would like to see this over 150 though. This can get over 145, 146. I did it for fun. I'm not expecting anything out of it. I actually expect to lose money on this, but as long as the uptrend can continue, it can keep going. Been here in the 19th on this, so probably hold till the 19th. If it breaks this green line, I'm probably out, but you know, we'll see what happens on it. It does have a gap up to 215, so I do expect it to fill that gap at least to 215, and then after that, I mean, honestly, I'll probably set. I think I have a sell order at 200 on this, just in case it only fills the gap to 200. Because it could theoretically fill the gap to there. That's the real gap. But, yeah. See where that goes. Oh, thank you for the, yeah, Weeble, if you're watching, appreciate the shout out. Yeah, so the interesting thing on AMC is it did break out and it retested it here. So I do hold some AMC shares as well. I only hold 10. You know, again, for me, it's just for fun. I'm not expecting much out of it, but we do have this downtrend you can clearly see. And you know, if it can break back over $8.5, $8.69, probably over $9 where you really want to see it, and then it can go nuts again. But I have a feeling we're probably going to need something out of earnings. I don't love the fact that AMC just paid their CEO, what was it, like an $8 million bonus for losing a fuck ton of money. That I own 3 shares of GameStop. 3. A whopping 3. Maybe I'll even go with the 4th one tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, there's a small short squeeze on GameStop, but I imagine most of the short shares are from when it was up here, so I wouldn't expect much of a squeeze on them. AppV will be my last one, and then I want to kind of relax the rest of the night, and we can do some more later this week. So one thing that scares me on AppV is it does have this head and shoulders here. It does have a gap up to 100. But they do have an event tomorrow, so that's good. If the event goes well, that'd be good. I'd like to see AppV break over 95 and really out of this downtrend, but I've seen this formation a lot be very bullish as well. So the big thing we're going to look at here, we're looking at potential head and shoulders. Hold on a second. We want to look at volume. So volume on the left shoulder, the head was the most. It came off of earnings. And yeah, the volume doesn't really tell us much. Pretty even. We do see increasing volume at the end here, so that does mean good things. So, and this is a pretty big candle right here. So we could get a couple of false amigos here, and then this thing breaks out. So yeah, I do like AppV. I like the idea of AppV. They make good money. They have good releases coming up. So I just did Shop. I just did Tesla. Let's finish it on futures. Let's pull both these up here. Actually, let's do this side by side. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we're rebounding here. This really needs to get over here, over 1262. This is going to be the zone we worry about, because basically if this doesn't reject here, it's going to come all the way back down. This is a very crucial zone. Same thing. Now this needs to get over 384. But this is a nice correction wave, because we basically had a huge impulse wave. So as long as this holds 381 overnight, we're going to be fine, and should be a good week. So these are some nice candles, nice reversal candles. We have bullish engulfing, bullish engulfing. And so bullish engulfings are very good. And then you have basically confirmation candles. This bullish engulfing with a hey, thanks Gunnar, I appreciate you, man. Bullish engulfing following with a red doji isn't great, but We did get a another bullish engulfing, so let's see how this candle ends. But I'm going to treat everyone with a little treat here at the end of the night for everyone sticking around. So I wrote up my my small account challenges. Let me share this with everyone. So if you're interested in how I'm going to do it, here's how we're going to do it. Let's so what's a ticker we could use? Let's use let's go into the clouds here. We'll put it up here. Alright, so this probably isn't formatted the best, but I'm gonna make this look more pretty. Hold on. We'll go through this real quick. Doesn't correspond here very well. Alright, I'll go through this a little bit and then we'll end the night. Let's Alright, so the goal is to get to 1 million in 1 year. Through compound interest, we basically need to average roughly just shy of 14% a week. So I'm going to combine a lot of high-risk strategies with low-risk strategies. So basically, we're going to use high-risk strategies to develop money with small amounts of money, and then we're going to transfer the gains from those small amounts of money that we risk into long-term options to have long-term gains. So I'm going to be using 0-day expiring options. I'm going to be using swing trades. Basically, no more than half or 5% of my starting account. So as the account grows, the amount I use will become less and less. We'll use stop losses. We'll take gains quickly. We'll consider swing trades, but we'll probably use ghetto trades. Probably use a margin account, maybe a cash account. We'll see. Long-term options we'll use with over half our account or most of our account eventually. Year-long options, we use calendar spreads, vertical spreads, diagonal spreads to our advantage. The idea is also to use SPY options, so to get a year-long SPY option and then to sell premium against it basically every 2 days. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be using shares on some higher risk plays. So if it has a high alpha or high LV, low liquidity, we'll play shares. And then we'll find our stuff through the normal stuff. So we'll use our flow alerts, our newsletter alerts, our breakout alerts, our catalyst and news plays. We'll use our personal charting. And then the big thing is we're just going to use each other. So I'll write this up. I have this in a Word document, make it look pretty, going a little bit longer explanation. But this is a preview of things I'm going to be doing in my small account challenge. So I want to release this so you have 2 weeks to study all these different strategies that we're going to be using. And this is just me personally, but I mean, we have plenty of other people that are going to be doing this with us. So if you don't know my strategy, you don't feel comfortable with it, you don't have to follow it. It's just, it's there for fun. So, everyone, with that, thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I always enjoy doing these Sunday night classes, so hopefully you enjoy them as well. And we'll see you tomorrow for Market Open.